When I survey the wondrous cross, Methodist hymn 182. This hymn was written by Isaac Watts. He was born in July 1674 in Southampton, England, and he died in 1748. The hymn was described by the well-known theologian Matthew Arnold as the greatest hymn in the English language. It was written in 1707 for use at a communion service which he conducted. The words were based on Galatians chapter 6, verse 14. May I never boast except in the cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, through which the world has been crucified to me and I to the world. It first appeared in print that same year in Watts' outstanding collection, Hymns and Spiritual Songs. Its original title was Crucified to the World by the Cross of Christ. The eldest of 9 children, he was the son of an educated deacon in a dissenting congregational church. At the time of Isaac's birth, his father was in prison for his non-conformist beliefs. Young Watts showed an unusual aptitude for study and learned Latin at the age of 5, Greek at the age of 9, French at the age of 11, and Hebrew at 13. He began to write hymn verses of good quality when he was very young. Isaac Watts is frequently referred to as the father of English hymnody. One of his early concerns was the deplorable state to which congregational singing had degenerated in most English-speaking churches. The singing consisted of slow, ponderous psalms in which each line was first read by an appointed deacon and was followed by a droning of the congregation. Watts once wrote, "The singing of God's praise is the part of worship most closely related to heaven, but its performance among us is worst on earth." One Sunday, after returning from a typical poor service, Isaac Watts continued to rail against the slow congregational singing. His father exclaimed, "Why don't you give us something better, young man?" And before the evening service began, young Isaac had written his first hymn, which was received with great enthusiasm by the people. The youthful poet decided to write other hymn settings. For a period of 2 years, Isaac Watts wrote a new hymn every Sunday. He went on to write new metrical versions of the Psalms with a desire to Christianize the Psalms with a New Testament message and style. Several of his hymns that were based on these new psalm settings are such favorite hymns as Jesus Shall Reign and Go God Our Help in Ages Past. Because of his bold departure from the traditional psalms, Isaac Watts was often considered to be a radical church man in his day. In all, Isaac Watts composed over 600 hymns. This hymn is When I Survey the Wondrous Cross, to be sung to the tune Love So Amazing by E.C. Nyamekeh.
Oh and sorrow meet, but once come home.